All right, so how was that Marco Reviews? How was that Marco Reviews born? Well, that's a can of worms right there. That's a can of worms. I was born in a place called Sicily, off a mountain that is really a volcano. It is the Etna volcano. And I was born from a father. It was not immaculate conception, as you might believe. it was just a regular birth. There was a dad, a bit of a Viking, really. Blonde hair, blue eyes, really funny. He was an actor. What else did he do? He played rugby. What else did he do? He was a comedian. He was on stage with this guy called Leo Gullotta. You could check him out. Leo Gullotta. Anyway, he used to act with him. But what did he do as a career? He went into... You won't believe this. You won't believe this. Big pharma. Big pharma. He was a corporate guy, a corporate man. He worked for big pharma all of his life. What did he do? He created different branches for pharmaceutical companies all around the world. Well, that was my dad. That was my dad. Who else was there? Because you usually need two people, right, to create this object here. this crazy-looking, crow-looking guy. You know, what is it about humanity, right? You have this thing, this duality. You need male, you need female. So who was the female that produced this abomination? Oh well. So my mom also, blonde hair, super skinny. The joke was that she was like a snake because she could eat as much as she wanted and she'd still be this thin. Anyway, so what was she like? She was a teacher. And she taught both in Italy, where my parents met. And she can correct me if I'm wrong because, again, my memory, as I tell you guys, the reason why I'm making this series is because my memory is fading. It just is. It's one of those things. Unfortunately, my grandmother suffered from Alzheimer's disease, and so her memory completely faded at some point. It's a sad thing, but my memory is going that route too, which is partly why I have this channel, because, even if I'm gone someday, maybe some of the things that I teach on video about whether it's technology, whether it's how to plant stuff, anything that could come to mind about being kind, because I love to spread kindness around me, about anti-bullying, whatever it is, maybe some of that information will stay and continue on. I know that it will stay on the Akashic Records, if you know what that is. If you don't, that's fine. It's not information for you. Move along. Anyway, so all about that stuff. Now let's get back to the story. So my mother was a teacher, and again, as I said before, she taught a lot in Italy, but then she also moved to Boston, Massachusetts, where she taught Italian and some other stuff at university over there too. So you have on one side this Sicilian guy, my father, who looked more like a Viking. And on the other side, we had my mother, who was from Trieste. So not exactly full Italian, I would say, some kind of mix. Because my grandmother, her last name was Kreiner. Italia, Kreiner. So her name was Italy, the way you say it in Italian, Italia. And her last name was Kreiner. So have what you will with that. Anyway, I'm sure that my mother will correct me and expand on this story perhaps in the comments. That would be cool. That would be cool if that happened. Anyway. So there we are. This strange-looking, crow-looking midget with bow legs that doesn't like to be liked on YouTube, where his videos have been hidden for the longest time, was born by a beautiful Viking from Sicily, and a woman, also beautiful, from Trieste. There we go, Trieste. See, when I try to go back, you see the difference between spontaneity and trying to come up with stuff in my mind. Unfortunately, something that I've been dealing with for a long time, but it is what it is, and I will keep on going with the story as much as I can, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. Take care.